Maybe that red and green right there that was about to go through. That's it. That's the finish. That red and green is right there. Yeah. Let's take times at both, just in case.
First set going back in.
Yeah, that's it right there. He's going through it.
21, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 18, 12, 11. The worst thing you can do is try to pinch to get there, so don't. Sail on your line.
Floating next to it, but I'm not sure if that's actually a mark. It's not sticking up or anything like that. Unless it's laid over in the current. It's probably what it is. You had it in your pocket. To the right, there should be one big green there. Green can't be right, way to your right.
No, that's no. 39.
Call the sign?
Yeah. We're 22-12.
Started so bad with it.
Well, we're still for a 52-minute race pretty close.
Yeah. We still may have beat it.
12-22-12. They'll have to go figure that one. I think we're safe on there.
Yeah. They're just scared to get the water. You trying for a beer yet?
Yeah. You got some of yours in that big
Yeah, mine's in the big cooler. Yeah. There's a little cooler in the big cooler.
I've got that 4 coolers.
Well, the Yeti's only just because I stepped on that cooler one time and it came out from underneath me and I landed on my back and I'm like, oh, now I'm putting something down here that's got some solid feet on it. And that's got those rubber feet so it won't, the one around, that goes all the way around the side. Well, you don't doesn't really need to be cold. I laughed when I put the ice on. I was like, yeah, the shit will never get warm. Didn't bother you? I was hoping the low front would be alright.
No, they're fine.
I didn't stick in your ass. I got one inside of mine. Wow, at, it's that red one and that green one. The green one next to the red house from now on. So that green one with the red house and that red one.
All right,
Not
so
the second.
Almost, so we're really, instead of starting, going across the lake,
right.
which makes more sense to me.
Yeah, it would make more sense to those two. They do
We're
these.
really
And
starting.
that's why he said that red one's always the favored end, obviously. So.
I can see that.
That sucked. No, the race was great. The start sucked. I hate having to chase somebody down the whole way, you know? Something stupid.
Actually, one of my old favorites. Whether you noticed, but I like figuring out their psychology.
Yeah.
And then wearing on it.
Yeah, you did good. You're like tack. And every time you were right, he was like on top of us.
Get to know your opponent.
Well, I've only graduated to the point where I'm not allowed to take my eyes off the sail. I'm actually not allowed to talk or do anything but watch those telltales and sail.
I had an instructor.
Because I'll do this. I'll be like, hey, hey.
I had an instructor by the name of Buzz Lamb, who has a pretty well-known reputation around the club down there, way back when. The first time I went out sailing, took him as my crew. Over and over and over and over again. What's your tail fin? What's your tail fin?
Oh, yeah.
What's your tail fin? What's your tail? We sailed for 3 hours and that's all we said.
Yep.
That wouldn't work with Earl.
Yeah, that's what Chris
Earl didn't use telltales.
Chris did that to me for, he just on my ass about it. Watch those telltales. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Your left and your left. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. You know, and I'm like, and he's like, don't talk. I'm, okay, I won't talk.
Arguably the best sailor he and I ever knew. Didn't have a telltale on the boat. Didn't have a compass. Earl's philosophy was real simple. Be the fastest. Once you're the fastest, if you're ahead, cover. If you're behind, attack the leader.
Earl was pretty well healed in that regard. So he was.
There you go. Good way to tie those up instead of just throwing them in there.
Earl's other philosophy was simple. Sail.
Yeah.
A lot. He said, if I haven't been in the boat in 3 days, I've lost my touch.
That's all I'm trying to do. That's why I'm.
3 days.
I can see it. That's why I'm trying to do these back here. These races, I'm just like get as much racing in as I can possibly get.
I raced the Nationals against Earl in Oklahoma, 72. And that impressed me more than any other single leg of a course I ever sailed. We crossed the starting line right on the committee boat. Everybody else was kind of down the line. Pin end was really the favorite. Everybody was sliding away from the committee boat in that left room. Earl was right there, and I was just barely underneath him. And as soon as he cleared the committee boat, he popped on the port and took off. I watched him go and pop right with him. I had him where if he wanted to tack, he probably could have. It was a close call, but I had him right there. And I was able to hold the same exact position with him. Out and out and out and out on that port tack. And the rest of the fleet went over here and they're playing and they're tacking back and forth. And we're just getting further and further and further and further out to the boat. For no particular reason. This is on Lake Gibson in the middle of Oklahoma. It's not a real great place to sail. And I kept looking back at the first mark. We're overstanding. I know we're overstanding. He's still going. I know he's overstanding. I was sure he was overstanding. He never even looked, to be honest. I mean, he kind of, he'd sail on. Fine asses, I'm going for it.
Couldn't take it anymore.
I couldn't take it. I peeled off, and it's one shot all the way to the mark. He went 3 boat lengths further tack. He rounded the mark like this, and I rounded the mark like this. I missed it by 2 boat lengths.
Yeah,
and
he had it right on the money.
He nailed it right on the money from the far right corner.
Yeah,
and
Lord.
Windward leg was damn near a mile and a half.
That's the hardest part, is to really learn when to judge, especially with all the wind and.
But he didn't have a doubt. It was, I mean, you
Current.
could see somebody thinking about it. He wasn't thinking about it. There was no discussion in his mind at all. He just looked, not there yet.
Well, the 29 thinks we either won or lost. There's no doubt in their mind.
Well, they left.
I mean, there's no
What was our finish time?
12-22-12. Because they would have stayed and take finishes if they thought it was close. But because they didn't, they're either certain they won or certain they lost.
Well, we did our penalty, right? By going
Yep.
back and restarting the line, so.
We even did around the end. That way you're sure you restarted.
There's a video game called Sail X that you can. It's a sailboat racing simulator, and I've been playing with it because the one thing it really has been teaching me is the rules of racing more than anything. So I'm getting that practice over and over and over and over again.
It's important. It's just like poker. If you don't learn how to bluff,
Yeah.
sometimes the rules don't matter
Yeah.
as much.
Well, I know. Well, that's why you guys are here, and I'd say, well, Chris. So I got the guys who know how to do the bluff and the tactics and stuff. But I gotta just learn to sail the boat
If
first.
he starts yelling poorly at somebody, just shake your head up and down. He'll tell you what it is later. That call was Andy Waring, and he's here at Sail Creek.
Oh, is he?
Along with Dave.
Oh, they're in front of us. They're finally taking their sails down. That's what they did. They came back here to take their sails down.
Considering that lovely breeze right behind us.
I think we actually truly can sail to the dock. We just need to go in with enough speed. We can always slow
We don't
down.
need to drop it off like Chris did.
These things do have brakes. They're actually called air brakes.
Yeah.
You push those sails into the wind and you will stop. But do you leave the twins on or rerun them?
No, I just leave them on.
Oh, okay.
Just tighten them up. I actually hooked the that canvas cover that I have, it hooks to the twins.
Boy, that is something having that boom on a J24 clear your head on attack.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, whenever I get a new set of sails, I'll get them cut right. This was to save Dad. And before I knew better, but the sail's too new to. I mean, it's only a year old. I hate to replace it. A year old.
How much is cut off that thing? Off the
Probably about that much.
that bag almost makes up that much difference.
I did re-rig the boom ring. Said that it had a second purchase on it.
Oh, okay.
See how I did that?
Yeah. All right, well, 2 weeks ago I talked to Adam about he and Peyton sailing with us, or at least him in the club series.
Yeah.
Right now for tomorrow it's just you and me, right?
Yeah, because Chris isn't going to be there.
Okay, I'll text Adam when we get in and see if he's going to sail with us. If he can, great. If not, Bill, you want to sail again tomorrow?
No,
If he and Peyton come, we'll have 4, which for the 0 they're predicting tomorrow is plenty.
Club series?
Yep, starts tomorrow.
the frostbite.
You're talking about down there.
Yeah, not up here.
Okay.
Not quite the hall.
Yep, that's easier to do.
Well, like I say, I'll text Adam in just a minute. She's dead behind us.
Yeah,
Boy, what a sad turnout. 3 friggin' days.
Yeah, I'm surprised Dave didn't come out. At least we had 4 of the last 2 races. I think we'll have a bunch tomorrow, though.
If everybody doesn't get pissed at Gary and drop out of the club today.
Did he give you a bunch of shit, too?
Oh, hell yeah. Now, he didn't tell me he was moving my boat, but he told me that he'd be glad to help me pull it because he needed my dock slip. I let him know it's my dock slip, it's not yours.
You have another boat other than the J24?
Yeah, I've got an old beater boat.
I think he really prefers fighting with me, but he won't deal with me. He texts everybody else about me.
Oh.
He gets, you know, texts and emails to everybody, including my son. He's getting tired of it. I said, just tell him to quit talking to you.
Yeah, because you've got the golden fleece, right? Yeah. I see your boys were taking that out all the time until the J24
Got back in the water.
got back in the water.
They don't care what they sail on.
No,
They sail.
and as many girls as they can put on it, too. Just can't blame them for that.
And yeah, I have fond memories of once upon a time doing the same damn thing.
Exactly.
Oh, Bill Robertson got
My wife won't let me do that anymore.
Bill Robertson got so mad at me. We had a kind of a fun race one day up to Harrison Bay where we had lunch and raced back. And we're down looking at the covered slips. And somebody said, boy, that houseboat doesn't clear by 6 inches. And I said, no, if the water comes up 7, they'll never get in or out. And of course, it was floating dock.
No.
And Bill looks and goes, boy, you're right. And he goes, oh, fuck, being floating dock. Yep.
Well, we had some good breeze all the way to back here and now nothing.
Scotty, it's no wonder. This thing ain't doing anything good for us, is it?
No.
Just don't be like Chris and take the main down before we get all the way in.
Yeah, I tell you, I love hanging around up here after the races and socializing, but with only 3 boats out, I ain't gonna spend a lot of time up here socializing today. I got too many other things to get done.
I will say this, Chris is a whole lot more conservative than some of the other guys around here right now. I know he's had trouble with me on that.
This guy in the orange jacket's Dave Prairie, and he's a long-time privateer club member. And years and years and years ago, he and his wife and 2 youngest kids took off on a Columbia 36 and went down the waterways and down, I guess, Lauderdale first, and then sailed for several years in the islands.
Oh, nice.
And about 25 years ago, he bought a lot, a couple houses down from my dad up on Watts Bar, and they built, he and his newest wife built a house there. And he's still got that Columbia 36.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess if you've done all that on it, you might as well keep it, right?
Yeah.
You go look at that boat right now, and it's like it's just almost brand new. Every stick of wood on that thing's been varnished,
Oh, really?
rubbed down, and revarnished just this last summer.
Why didn't you race?
I don't know, how fun was it?
It was awesome. The wind was great out there.
Really? How was it? Wasn't it fun with the current coming back?
No, it was great, man. You would have had a
We
good
had
time.
plenty of wind to counteract the current.
Well, I was still a little drunk when I woke up. It's probably best that I stayed home.
We finished the course in 52 minutes. Huh?
Put a reef in it?
No,
What is the?
just a little one. That's a condom for his spinnaker pole.
Now I got a little breeze
The
coming.
J24 mast not going all the way to the top? I mean, the sail?
Oh, we really don't have it pulled up all the way. All right, Bill, let's drop that main.
You want to just do a rotation?
Drop the main.
Yeah,
I know that.
we're coming in pretty heated. We need to do a spin. Don't try to come in, Chris.
We'll be right there. All of a sudden we got wind all the way around.
Main's coming down. Grab the boom down.
I got it.